probably more difficult to treat these, although we had some good results using antifungal drugs back then. The solid masses, let's say I have prostate cancer. What could you do? How do you deliver sodium bicarb to my prostate?
The problem is that sodium bicarbonate is effective if you can put in contact the sodium bicarbonate with the cancer. Okay. So you have to reach the cancer directly in the depth of the organism. So if you want to reach the prostate cancer, you have to locate before a catheter in the artery, the potenda artery, or hypogastric artery that reaches the prostate. Then you can administer through a port cat connected to the catheter the sodium bicarbonate directly to the prostate and kill fungi, because the concentration of the salt is very high, because you used the artery that is directly feeding the organ. So it is important for the prostate, for the liver, for the spleen, for the kidney, and other organs, internal organs, to locate catheters. Instead, for the cavities, pleura, peritoneum, you have to locate a transperitoneal or a pleural catheter to reach directly the cornea. Have you seen the white lumps?
Yes.
If you wash the pleura, I have the result after 1 week. After 1 week, I can show you, all the pleura was red, and the lumps disappeared in 1 week. The pleura is amazing how it regressed, the cancer in the pleura.
So this is a pleural cavity cancer. In those cases, catheters are needed. I can see a whole new business being developed by making catheters specific to this. One thing that overwhelms me as you're talking is the safety and the simplicity of this. Can we talk a little bit about the way I ended the last segment? We have surgery, probably a good idea. If I had a lump in my body, I'd probably have it taken out. But in America, you have to sign, once you get the lump out, that you will take chemotherapy and radiation. As I referenced, I don't need to. It's all over the United States. It's in the medical journals. Chemotherapy and radiation are carcinogenic. They can cause cancer. This therapy that you're talking about, sodium bicarbonate delivered via a catheter to a tumor site, where's the harm? It seems very, very harmless. They're not potent, dangerous medicines.
No, it's not dangerous, because there is a remote possibility of infection, but there is the life on the other hand. And then there are some type of cancer. Breast cancer doesn't need of the catheter. Bladder cancer, brain cancer, breast and bladder cancer with the sodium bicarbonate can heal in 99% without surgery, without chemotherapy, without radiotherapy, and let the organs there. Softly you can remove the cancer just with local infiltration or ureter catheterization. So it's very simple. It's a harmless.
This is amazing. You're saying a urethral catheter can deliver sodium bicarb to the bladder.
Yeah.
Are you saying with breast cancer, a little incision, squirt?
6 days, everybody heals. 6 days, the breast is spared. I don't know why you don't try.
Have there been... Therein lies the question, because did you ever see the ad, folks, on TV where the guy at work says, where are we going to lunch? Same place, same thing. We're creatures of habit in America. The doctor said I have cancer, so I do. The doctor said to take chemo, so I do. We need to start thinking a little bit out of the box. Dr. Simoncini, I need to ask you a question. You're an oncologist. You went through all of this medical training, and before that, medical school. You learned the way the big companies wanted you to learn. When was the epiphany? When did Dr. Simoncini say, go home and say to his wife, Oh my gosh, I have discovered something amazing. When?
It was a long time ago, but the first step is that when I was at the first lesson of histology, and the professor told us, the big professor, the cancer is a mystery. So I thought, they are stupid. You are, in this century, plenty of marvelous things, and cancer is a stupidity, is a mystery. And then I studied, and the more I studied, the more I understood the stupidities. This is the first step. Then I criticized at once, because if a man, normal person, read 1, 2, 3 chapters, and at the end of the chapter there is the dark. A normal person would say, this is a stupidity, but we have the research, I don't care. But we have the devices, I don't care. What are you doing if you don't know where you have to go? This is the first step. Then I prayed the Lord, please give me a light, because I see terrible sufferings. I was in a pediatric oncologic ward, and all the children died from cancer. And I prayed, and Lord gave me because I was looking for the truth, but in the suffering. I was suffering looking when I was looking the poor children dying with chemo, with radiation, and so on. So, in a moment, I perceived that the psoriasis is a fungus, and the medicine said incurable fungus, uncurable fungus, uncurable tumor, uncurable fungus. Oh,
Dr. Simoncini is with us today. I am touched by this. I feel like crying myself, because we see it every day. It affects our families. Maybe, just maybe, there's something we can do about it. Where does fungus come from? Oh boy, if cancer is a fungus, then what is a fungus? In other words, how do we get this fungus inside our body, or this yeast inside our body? Where do you think all of this starts after your years of research?
There is an endemic. A big epidemic pollution, because the fungus is undervalued. But it is undervalued because it is not understood. So when something is difficult, the scientists say, oh, it is always in the cancer patients, but there is a big pollution. No, you have to know that in Japan there are 15 million people with the fungus between the toes.
Onychomycosis, yeah.
50 millions
in Japan.
In Japan, just how many people you can see with fungi, with the psoriasis and so on? This is the illness of the second millennium. So many other pathologies are made by the fungus. Multiple sclerosis.
I agree. We have published that.
Lateral sclerosis, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
ALS?
Yeah, they are all fungi.
Yeah. You know, I published my findings at diabetes, that dermatologic conditions. I'm wondering if so many children today, you cry because these children are dying of cancer, and yet we're drugging them with SSRIs, right? Yeah. Antidepressants today, just drugging kids left and right, and Ritalin and so forth. And I have to wonder how much of this depression isn't just yeast mold growing through the body. Finally, you give us hope. You won't find many television companies that will allow this, and I'm sorry, from my heart, I have to tell you that we have let the American public down by not getting this information out to you. Do you see, when I started this show, 12, 15 years ago, know the cause, how important it was? Did you see the cancer today on the screen? Have you ever seen cancer before? Did you know cancers are white? Now you know why. Cancer is a fungus.